So again, Isaac, explain to me how unschoolers learn to read.
Learn to read.
Hook it on phonics. What?
You learn the alphabet. You learn how to sound out the letters in the alphabet. Then you take those letters and make words out of those, and then the sounded out letters. Then you start sounding out the words out of the sounded out letters that you already knew because you already learned them.
Learning. Yeah, you learned how to read the alphabet.
And then you start learning what those words mean, and then once you know what the words mean, you can gather information from them.
And in this whole process, you have to actually use your brain.
Well,
There are some ways that no matter how many times you read them, you're still going to get them wrong.
yeah, I've read.
Here's one. What are some of the words that you guys have read and said wrong because you've read them, not heard them?
Yeah, and then you laugh your butt off.
It's amusing. I'm not making fun.
I don't know exactly the words, but
Thesaurus.
Yeah. Thesaurus. No, Quentin said that one time.
I thought that was a dinosaur at first. I'm joking.
Wow. I thought that was a dinosaur.
What about math, Abigail? Abigail loves math. So tell me how you learned math, Abigail.
Oh, yeah,
she hates math.
1 plus 1 is 11.
Okay.
No, 1 and 1 is 11.
1
1
plus
plus 1
1.
is 2. 1 and
Like the
1.
Abbott
was a
Costello
joke.
bit.
Well, if you want to make the joke funny, 1
Yeah,
and
like the
1.
Abbott Costello bit.
Yeah. 7 goes into 21, 13.
7 goes into 21.
I don't get that.
I can prove it.
Abigail,
I don't get that.
how do you learn math?
If you have...
She's horrible at math, Mom. How come you gave me the reading question and her the math question?
Exactly. See how I did that?
You're mean.
So Quentin,
Okay, we're not doing the handwriting thing. Fine.
I'm waiting for Abigail to tell me about math.
I filled my mouth so I don't have to talk.
Here, I'm gonna write you a note and you're gonna just read it out.
Quentin,
Pass it to me.
you you didn't like to do worksheets, did you?
No.
No. Did you ever do a worksheet in your entire life?
I don't know
Yeah.
do math. But when I do, I suck.
Now, wrong.
So can you
Every time.
let's do a math question. How many times in your life have you done a math worksheet?
Oh, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 1, 0.
You knew math? I did not know.
So tell me how you learned math, Quentin.
He counted the grains of breadcrumbs.
I did math sheets.
Well, I bought a dozen cookies.
You just said you didn't do
My
worksheets.
brother took 10 of them. And
He was
I
joking.
I know.
He took a measuring tape and took a wrench. And started
I went
measuring
1,
a wrench.
2, 3. I just used my tape. I still don't know.
While he was measuring stuff.
He's still not that good at math. I mean, he's good enough for a 15-year-old, but
You're not good at math either.
yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm better than him.
Oh, okay.
14
Isaac's good at
goes
math. He
into
helps me with
21,
my accounting.
13 times. I can prove it.
1 goes into 13 times. I think. I'm
Figure out
just
this
joking.
math problem.
Jacob,
What?
what about history?
I was history. Whoa. I don't know anything about history. What do you want to know?
I know something about history. The Civil War happened. I'm joking. Civil War. I don't really care about Civil War. Not that much.
Well, there was Egyptians and Americans, and there
They
was
got into a
boats.
big war.
There was once gods, and there still is.
What?
You know, Egyptians and the Americans got fight over
gods
slavery, and then they fought. Oh wait, that
I
You know-
must be serious
You
now.
know the Greek
okay,
gods.
okay, serious.
The Greek
time.
gods
Okay,
would
there's only-
always fight, but the gods of the Native Americans they
Beep
never
beep beep
fought.
beep 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 beep.
There was peace. Greek gods were war.
They're like, I'm better than you.
They were very competitive, weren't they?
They're like, I'm better than
The
you.
Roman gods
even
were
at their game.
very warlike.
Romans were very warlike.
Isaac, what's your favorite era in history?
Medieval.
I'd say around after God created land and animals, before He created the humans. Around that time.
Sounds ideal to me.
Before humans.
In between animals and humans.
Yeah.
That
You
one
sure we
day.
were mice to dinosaurs?
So that 24-hour period there.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Or
My favorite time.
around.
There was no killing up to that point.
Around 4 billion BC.
Okay. Jacob, what's your favorite era in history?
The 1800s.
Why?
I don't know. That's just a random. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Because
his
I
boots.
like. Yeah, my boots. Definitely my boots.
Yeah, I'd have to say that'd be my second favorite. Would be the 1800s.
Either.
The Wild West kind of history?
Yeah, and the Native Americans
Before we killed them all?
I like.
They're still alive.
most of
The
them.
past definitely sounds better than
I
the
like.
present.
Why?
I like when the only weapons they had.
You're here.
Around.
Wow.
Well, the past has no sound.
Like around when the
present has a
Trojan
sound.
War took place.
So
That's
obviously you like
around my favorite era. Except for before that, because
So
that was a nasty
after
war.
dogs, before Adam.
What about you?
Abigail,
Eve came after Adam.
you made a statement.
You're only
Elaborate
wrong
on that.
when Eve came.
Huh?
You made a statement about the past is better than the present. Elaborate on that.
And hunting and drinking beer.
Cats and women were made around the same time.
What does elaborate mean?
Let Abigail talk for a minute.
I'm good. You can explain.
Elaborate.
I don't even know what it means.
No, elaborate means to expand her thought.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Expand upon.
Yeah, expand upon her
the
thought.
theory.
Abigail,
Oh yeah. Your idea.
what time in history is your favorite?
During the Ice Age.
You know they didn't have Tootsie Rolls during the Ice Age. I'll take that from you.
I'm good.
During the Ice Age?
She would have invented Tootsie Rolls then.
I like the mammoths
This piece of poop.
and the saber-toothed tigers.
What's that?
And I think all that ice would be pretty.
Oh yes.
And you want to live in a
freeze your
cave,
butt off.
right?
Live in a cage.
Paint
cave,
ice
read
shoes
about-
on the walls.
What about you, Quentin?
You already do that.
Mine would have to be the medieval times.
On cave walls.
Like,
Medieval times.
Medieval times. Nice. Like,
Everyone went quiet.
What's that?
whoa, that's a weird looking frog.
that's a tree frog,
Hey.
obviously.
Did you grab him?
Nah, it jumped
He went to
away.
grab it, but then he jumped.
Driving
He's scared and he's like,
jumped
whoa!
away.
So you're afraid of frogs.
No,
It's okay.
I just saw a
Come here.
frog.
He
and
was
jumped.
terrified of the dark.
I know. It's okay.
So that brings us to science.
Science.
What's your favorite science subject?
The part where you don't study science.
It's a chemical situation.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a difficult situation.
Let's see.
Not
What?
chemical situation.
That was the science version.
What's so funny?
Isaac, let's start with Quentin.
Okay.
Quentin, what's your favorite science subject?
He doesn't know what science.
Doorbells and ding dongs. like bells and whistles and
Like bells on
No.
bobtails.
yeah.
As a dad says, you never go into the post office. You just tell them to mail this first class, no bells, no whistles.
So they don't want it.
So his favorite science is insurance and stuff like that. That's what dad means by that. That's what he told me at least.
Nah, electronics.
Math is an exact science. I don't math is.
You like electronics. That's one thing.
Mom, is
that-
math a science? Because dad says math is an exact science.
I don't even know what exact science is.
So, what kind of
Math.
stuff do you like repairing?
No pun intended.
Guys, can we let Quentin talk for a minute?
Yeah.
No, Quentin, be quiet. Don't say a word.
So you like working
Mom's
with
gonna buy
electronics?
you a monkey.
You like to wire
He's
things?
fixed radios and flashlights and all sorts of stuff. Took them apart and put them back together.
That's pretty cool.
Sometimes he doesn't put it back together. He just takes it apart.
Sometimes they don't work when they're put back together.
They're fixed. They don't work though. They look fixed.
They've
On
been
the
reassembled.
outside.
They've been reassembled.
Inside
Yep.
there's chocolate.
And some marshmallow bits. He hates marshmallows.
Abigail, what kind of
And
science
it
stuff
is
do you like?
marshmallows he hates.
Science of candy.
Um,
Would space be involved in science?
Yes.
Then that'd be my
Horticulture.
favorite.
Well, we'll get to you.
Now you,
Well, you asked me
spoiled
first.
it.
We need to be sitting in orderly. Sit in your desk, students.
Yes, Miss Naugler.
Mine seems kind of weird.
Abigail,
The science of nature.
nature. Specifically what?
Animals.
Animals. What's your favorite animal?
So zoology.
I had a tie between like
Zoology.
5 animals.
Okay, which five?
Zoology.
Horses, dolphins, big cats such as lions, tigers, leopards, and dogs.
Jacob,
Horticulture.
horticulture.
What's all the culture?
Horticulture. No. Right.
I brought it over.
Okay.
I brought it over.
Got my hands dirty.
Then you should have touched his block.
That's not a box.
His block.
It's
Yes,
not a block
Isaac,
either.
your favorite form of science?
Space.
Space.
So,
I'm
astronomy.
The final frontier.
Zoology.
Alaska can be considered a final frontier.
Zapinology.
Yeah, zopinology.
So, who likes geography?
Geography. Oh, me.
That's
Me.
pretty interesting.
Me.
I like the waterfalls. That's my favorite part.
Cosmetology.
So, I have a question. How do you guys learn about all this stuff if you don't do school time? Like, you don't.
down there.
I don't know.
Movies.
Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be
Documentaries is how I learn.
Wow.
It came to me in a dream.
I learned
like, yeah.
And my astronomy is reading books.
And I'll go out into town square and I'll preach to the people what I have had, what I dreamed about that night.
Athena has given us a vision.
Who's Athena?
The goddess, the Greek goddess of wisdom.
Wisdom, war, and useful arts.
I don't
And
think
martial
war.
arts.
She's the goddess of war, wisdom, war, and useful arts.
I don't
You
think
wrote it down
war
in
was-
your notebook.
She knows more. He knows more.
Well,
than
I'm
you know
sorry, but I
about
was
what you're
studying
studying.
all of them, and he
Right.
happened to remember
He
that
knows
one
more
part.
about what you're studying.
Jacob,
That's not what I'm studying.
tell me
I
something
just-
you learned in agriculture this year.
Sunflower seeds are different than pumpkin seeds.
Yes. I learned
Way
you can't plant
different.
sunflowers and grow pumpkins. It doesn't work.
Okay.
that way.
Seriously though, what have you learned with your garden as far as agriculture?
I learned that Jack, also Jack and the Beanstalk, that's a whole hoax. It's not true. It's not even possible.
It's not possible.
The biggest beanstalk was not that big. It was more like as tall as me.
Okay, it's getting kind of dark, and your silliness is getting sillier and sillier.
Well,
Okay.
who cares? That's
Thank
the whole
you.
thing.
I know it's fine. I'm just saying.
You know, we should have a comedy show. I swear we'll do
I think we
like
just did have a-
weekdays from 5 to 9. That's
I think we just did have a call.
We could go the whole show though.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Just make things up.
We're good at changing subjects.
Yes, we are.
Our record for changing subjects
just
is
went
9
from
different
science-
subjects in an hour.
And unschooling the TV shows. What?
I said our record is 9
I
different.
believe it was 12.
No, yeah, it was 12
No, it
different
was
subjects
it
in
was
an hour.
13.
It was
13.
it was 12 in an hour. 12 different subjects in an
13
hour.
because we talked about how our subject changes so much after.
Oh
we
yeah, 13.
See?
It was
Told
13.
you it was 13.
It went from vampires to cotton candy cards to donkeys.
To cotton candy machines and
Speaking
ice
of
cream
donkeys,
trucks
Quentin.
and then to agriculture and all sorts of stuff. 13
Speaking of
different
donkey,
subjects.
Jacob, your brother called today.
Yeah. Speaking of donkeys, your brother called.
This is some delicious hairy fatback. Your uncle called today.
Speaking of Harry.
That reminds me, your uncle called today.
Let's just do this until it's dark and like you have to listen to our voices. And
Yeah,
try to find
you'll
out.
never know, and then
Yeah,
you, like,
Mom.
turn on a
You'll hear one
flashlight,
of us
we'll be
over
sitting
there, one of us over there, one of us over here, and then you'll hear the one that was over here back over there. And
Okay.
you'll
From
be
the
like,
north!
"Ghosts in the
We
dark."
have
From the
about
south.
Paranormal
east.
activity.
From the west.
You're supposed to say from the west.
From the north.
From the south!
From the east.
From the west.
We are the Blue Raiders!
Outside.
We should definitely do that video.
okay. We have about 30 seconds left in recording time. So,
Okay,
does
30
anybody
seconds.
have any
Ready?
final thoughts for
30
tonight?
seconds.
Abigail,
Any more thoughts?
do you have any final thoughts for tonight?
My
do you
least favorite
do you
thing in
wanna
the
do a
whole
generous
entire
final
world.
thoughts? Yeah.
This
Would
candy's
anyone
getting caught in my
scared of
teeth.
fear.
You're scared.
Huh?
I'm scared of fear.
You're scared of fear.
It's like being arrested.
There is nothing to fear but
That's
fear.
like being arrested for resisting arrest, Isaac.
No, that's like being scared of fear. You're like, you're scared of being scared, so therefore